What's going on, everybody? Ichi here, and we're back with another drawing video. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well, and for this video, I'm just basically drawing my manga characters for my story that I want to do, and yeah, just give you some commentary while I do so. This is for my story Corona that I want to do. I had fun drawing these characters. This first video was broken in two parts, and well, I guess the top part is the two characters, the rivals, and then the bottom half is more of an action-y pose of them fighting one another. Just, yeah, I was pretty content with it. I had fun drawing it. Now I was comparing my old artwork to my new style that I kind of been developing, and like it's funny, I was noticing like little things that I've changed up over the years, like, you know, how I draw the chin, how it's like more flatter and more broader, and then like also the cheekbone for the side of the head, and like the space between like the eye connecting to the brow. It's like little stuff like that I picked up on here and there. I also changed how I draw eyebrows too, so it's just little stuff like that I've been looking at. It's like, yeah, I came a long way. It's like, I wish I had these skills when I was in high school, man. It would have made my job a whole lot easier. Cause like, I didn't start getting serious about drawing until I graduated high school and started going to college. Cause when I was in high school, my art was terrible. Terrible. And I didn't start getting serious, but like even now, like I still have a long way to go, but like I'm in a much better place. I also changed how I draw noses as well. And like that gap, that space you have above your upper lip, underneath your nose, I kind of incorporated that into my style. You can see underneath his nose, but I don't want to make it too obvious, because like, you know, like drawing lips is like a weird thing, because like you'll notice in American comics, like they focus on like realistic features like noses and lips. They usually draw them full and detailed, and like manga usually prefer the latter. They usually prefer having it be vague in the art when they're depicting caricatures. Yeah, but I want to have like a mixture of the both styles, Western, Eastern, like, because I kind of want to have like a full realistic art style with like very detailed expressions, like, because I'm really into like that Gekika style, like Fista, North Star, Berserk, and JoJo, all that junk, you know. I like highly detailed art styles, but I also want to do my own thing. I don't want to really be, you know, referencing other artists. You know, I want to have my style. I'm kind of finding that, and you know, it takes a while, you know. Just detailing the neck. I was trying to capture the intensity of their emotion between these two, because it's like they're rivals here, but there's much more at stake here, especially during the conflict that they in the story where they meet up and collide. And that's Yosef right here on the left. I just wish I had more time to draw it. I gotta do a one-shot for it. Probably make it like 20 pages. I'm not gonna kill myself over it, you know, because I barely got the time to draw. Like, I try to do it whenever I got a day off here and there, but you know, I got other shit I gotta handle. You know, the freaking adult world is always busy. Always got something to do. But I try to draw in my free time. Get these videos up. Yeah, one shot though. Make it like 20 pages, I guess. Basically get the basic idea of the story and the characters and how they interact and the dialogue. I'm not quite sure. I was trying to write it before, but it wasn't going in the direction that I wanted. I would have to put more time into it. Because if you're writing a comic and your script is all messed up, like you might as well not even bother wasting your time drawing it, because you're just gonna frustrate yourself. It's like you're drawing the wrong things and you're drawing the wrong dialogue and you got the wrong emotions. If the script is messy, and drawing them until you get your script right. Unless you're the type of person who just wants to wing it and just, you know, go with the flow. I used to do that when I was younger. I just draw whatever. Actually, that's how my first two comics were. Like, I had a premise and I just went along with that premise. Like Poker Soul and Shingen Rumble. I had a basic premise and I just built the story along as I went. And then eventually, when I was in college, I redrew those old comics for practice, and I just wanted to have them updated in digital. So I ended up doing that. I showed Poker Soul in one of my other videos, like the cover, kind of the three characters. That was the most recent comic I did, and I think I finished that in like 2016 or 17. It was recent. I finished that. Yeah, I was drawing his jawline. Yeah, he got a big jawline, but it's cool though, because it shows, you know, some diversity in the art style. You know, people got different chins, different jaw shapes. Same thing with the eyebrows. I try to draw more realistic eyebrows, you know. Like you can see the individual hairs that they make up the brow. Yeah, I like his expression. He's cool. He fights with this kind of rapier style of like fencing. And Hassan there, he fights like barehanded, like wild man. Like, yeah, it'd be a cool series. I wish I can do it. I got so many that I want to do. Not enough time, unfortunately. Yeah, I included the wrinkles from his forehead onto the headband, make it more interesting like that. I seen that somewhere before. I can't remember where. I think it was like Solid Snake that had that. I think it was. It was some character with a headband. I can't remember what. But they had like wrinkles and stuff on the headband to kind of like symbolize their brow and their emotion. It was kind of cool. And he also has dreads too. Like I said, this story takes place in the Middle East, so in the Middle East, like there's a whole bunch of different cultures there, so like, yeah, you do a comic, you gotta do your research. It's very important. You gotta know all the cultural background stuff that you're gonna implement in the story, or if it's necessary, you know, the characters and their traditions, their environment. That's also important. Like where the story takes place. Is it like fantasy or is it like based off a real place? You gotta do your research so you can best, represent your story better. It's filling in his dreads. Yeah, man, it's cool. Like their fight's is intense. Like I got it all in my head. I just gotta put it on paper. But that's usually how it goes with artists. Starts with an idea and then it blossoms into a creation. Same thing with inventors too. Well, that's kind of different. Like inventing is more like there's a problem and you gotta solve the problem and you gotta think of a way to do that. Oh, yes. I wanted to put them next to each other and then there's like a lightning bolt that comes in between them, kind of separating them. And adding some like not emotion but like more tension. I got this like kind of glove on, cause like my hand drags across the paper and then like it messes up the picture. Like the pencil rubs on the paper and it smears, so I kind of wear that glove for to prevent that. Like usually artists will like have like another paper that they will rest their hand on to cover up the image. They don't want to get messed up. I used to do that, but I try to use that glove, but I mean it works fine. But yeah, that's some like hidden tech right there. You use a piece of paper over the drawing and put your hand over it so your hand won't smear it as you go along. Like depending if you're right-handed or left-handed, it kind of depends like which side you want to draw on first. Like say like you're right-handed, like you kind of want to draw from the left first and then move back to the right side so that your hand won't say, like, because if you did the opposite, like your hand would drag and smear. Like draw the picture on the right first and then go towards the left, your hand's gonna like smear it up. And that's why the paper comes in handy. Okay, well, that's gonna wrap up this video. This been Ichi. As always, let me know what you think and I'll get back to you guys later. Peace.